Hi, today is Saturday, January 3rd. I had a conversation with some lady and I got pissed off and she got pissed off. Uh, I seem to be insisting on some things, right? I enjoy giving advice. I enjoy analyzing things. Probably I was too much persistent on trying to drive some idea into onto her, so she got pissed off, and all the scheme backfired. It was the act of pure goodwill intention, but it backfired. So I recommend you not to be too much imposing on someone, and even though your intention was well designed, probably the receiving end of the person it doesn't take that into account, and they just goes their stress level goes high, and the anger brews, and all hell will get loose. So be careful. So as with other days, I would like to read an English article for the day. This one just popped up in my on my Facebook page. So let's learn more about what will happen in 2025 this year. This article is from uniledtech.com, and the title is Two of the world's biggest mystics both had the same terrifying prediction for 2025. These mystics won't let us have a day off. Will they? What? The author is Tom Chapman. The world is full of spooky coincidences, and whether it be the rare occurrence of a solar eclipse or the Australian man who won the lottery twice, some like to think there's more to this divine intervention. Right? Divine intervention. Spooky coincidences. Not all coincidences are happy ones. And when it comes to doomsaying, there are plenty who've made a living predicting the end of days. While most write these off as just some mumbo jumbo, two of the world's best known mystics have predicted a tragic 2025 for humanity. That's terrible, man. Sigh, great. We've already covered the Bulgarian Baba Vanga and her predictions potentially going up to the year 5079, and with her being known as the Nostradamus of the Balkans, it's no surprise she is compared to the equally renowned Nostradamus. 2025 isn't looking good, guys. Getty stock image. Despite Baba Vanga being born in 1911 and Nostradamus dying in 1566, they've both made some seemingly worrying predictions about what's to come in 2025. The two mystics have set their sights on a deadly war in Europe for next year. Nostradamus, so I think next year means 2025, right? Nostradamus, because this article was written on October 16th, 2024, right? Remember, this was written in October last year, right? So Nostradamus mentioned how these from the lands of Europe will be involved in cruel wars with the ominous tease that says the ancient plague will be worse than enemies. That would be bad enough on its own, but what about Baba Vanga's own grim look at 2025? Well, she's also mentioned a conflict in Europe for 2025, saying it will devastate the population. There's some potential good news as Nostradamus' predictions seem to point to an end of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, suggesting that France and Turkey's involvement could finally bring things to a close. Are the two mystics read with their prophecies, or are these just coincidences, right? Coincidences. In particular, Baba Vanga supporters claim she was right about the likes of Princess Diana's death and the 9/11 World Trade Center attacks. Turns out that Baba Vanga also agrees. Even if you are not buying Baba Vanga's idea that aliens will be interrupting the Super Bowl in 2025, she and Nostradamus both penciled in cosmic encounters for 2025. His prophecy refers to a colossal asteroid known as the Harbinger of Fate, but hopefully Baba Vanga's aliens will knock it off course. Assuming we survive wars in Europe and a brush with ET, Baba Vanga claims we could harness telepathy and finally nail the ability to grow human organs in the lab in 2025. Nostradamus' prophecies aren't quite so happy, predicting that massive floods will lead to the rise of an aquatic empire and volcanoes will ravage Brazil. To be honest, the last thing we need to contend with alongside all of this is a new war taking over Europe. Hopefully, this is one of those occasions where the mystics are wrong. So, nothing much substantial, right? This year we would be interfered with the alien life, right? There would be war in Europe. Right? And Baba Vanga claims we could harness telepathy and finally nail the ability to grow human organs in the lab in 2025. That's good news. Let's see if that's true. I don't think everything they predict is true because it's just prediction. I think it's just maybe short-term prediction is correct, but long-term predictions is just fantasies. But before we close, let's learn about Tom Chapman, right? Who is Tom Chapman? This article is very short. Bye-bye. Tom Chapman. Tom is a freelance writer for Unilad, covering all things related to tech. Having graduated from the University of Leeds with a degree in broadcast journalism, Tom has picked up bylines at everything from IGN to Yahoo, Digital Spy to Den of Geek. Bylines, right? Picked up bylines at everything from IGN to Yahoo. What is bylines though? Let's find that out. Bylines, right? Bylines. Check that. Yep, I'll go and bylines. Bylines. Secondary heading of a news story or magazine article. The byline, I've encountered these words several times before. Or byline in British English on a newspaper or magazine article gives the name of the writer of the article. Bylines are commonly placed between the headline and the text of the article, although some magazines, notably Reader's Digest, Place bylines at the bottom of the page to leave more room for graphic elements around the headline. Dictionary.com defines a byline as a printed line of text accompanying a news story, article, or the like, giving the author's name, right? Byline, 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 byline. So if we go back, right? Tom has picked up bylines at everything from IGN to Yahoo, Digital Spy to Den of Geek. That means his article appeared a lot on those magazines, on those sites, right? Picked up bylines. Well, that's it. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful Saturday. Bye-bye.